all came from one place. It doesn't matter where you as an individual may think, but I say this much to you. All came from one. And that's the one which is eternity. When you comprehend that all came from one blackness, within the blackness, one earth, within the earth, one woman, all came from one. So all man, whether female or male, came from one woman, whether dark or light skin, all came from one woman. It's all one. This is where, and this is why you as a people must not walk in the divided mindset, but walk as oneness. Walk as oneness, knowing that all came from one. It's only one. It's only one day. It's only one earth. It's only one eternity. And all this is summed up in one: blackness. Truly blackness. Until we as a people truly accept that we all came from one. Until then, we will always struggle. We will always fight each other about the division of the duality mindset. We must comprehend that we all came from one. Appreciate the like. Appreciate the like. We all came from one. One place. It started with one blackness, one earth, one black woman. And she gave birth not only to a brown skinned man, but also to a lighter skinned people. She is the one. All came from one place. So for you to allow people with their divided mindset to come and brainwash you, to make you believe that we come from a separate strand, a separate undivided place. We did not come from nowhere different. We all came from one place, one, one and only one. The divided place is only in your mind. The reality is this, that we all truly came from one singular place. Hi, hi, appreciate you for joining, and that's where we came from. Knowing that we all came from one place, and that's the blackness, that's one earth, and the one black woman. And these are the three things that always come through in every man, whether male or female. You as an individual always have this: blackness, the earth, and the X, which is the black woman. They all time come through in every man that is upon this earth, whether male or female. It doesn't matter. You must comprehend that it's all about one. And you as a person must comprehend it's all about oneness. It's not about division. not about division. Get out of the divided mindset. If you're in the divided mindset, know that you are indoctrinated by the system that you don't want to be a part of. It makes you unstable. You don't want to be a part of that system. Adam was black. No, I'm not telling you Adam was black because there's nothing about Adam was black. But Adam was black. Adam is not the first man upon this earth. And that's what you need to realize. The first man upon this earth was woman. That was the first man upon this earth that walked this earth was woman. That's the first man, not Adam. No male was the first man upon this earth. So it cannot be Adam. Understand? Adam is not the first man, which is to say, the first man upon this earth. Woman is the first man upon this earth. Because woman came before man, before male. Woman came before male, not Adam. So, and this is what I'm saying to you. So, and the first woman was black, for sure. No questions about that. And I will tell you this much. Not only she was black, she created many black women through parthenogenesis. Many, not just one, many black women through parthenogenesis. And not only that, guess what? She created the dark males also. She created the dark males, the black woman. And also she created the light-skinned males that we today call white because of the what they have taken on. But I say to you that yes, the first man is the black woman that have life within her. It is the black woman that moved upon this earth. And all man, whether female or male, whether brown skin or colored, all of them came from the dark woman. And this is what we the people must realize. And we all came from one place. One place. We all came from one place. So why are we as a people walking around and letting people divide us? Let's go on to blackness. Let's go on to the darkness. You know, today, I was there and I was doing some studying and really digging within myself today. Let me tell you what happened today so you may comprehend. So, when you come to realize that it's still oneness, it's still wholeness, it's just man are them that divide ourselves within ourselves. Because we have been programmed and been unstable within ourselves, it creates this division within ourselves. And if you are divided within yourself, then whatever is outside of you will be divided. Remember, this is what controls all of this. This is what controls all of this. Okay? And what I come to realize is this. When we comprehend that we are one, it doesn't matter color of skin. This is what you need to realize. It doesn't matter. It all came from one place. It came from one place. It manifested in one place, which is blackness and the earth and the dark woman. That's where all came from. There's nothing else that was created and formed did not come from one. Okay? And we are still in that one. And that is the day. And that is blackness. It's all one. We must recognize that. I am from Earth. Earth is that place. That's what I'm from. Earth is that place. That's where I'm from. I move in oneness. I move in wholeness. Earth is where I'm from. And that's what I move in. And that's where I reside at this moment. Earth. You know? So let us continue to be what we ought to be. Seek to know you, that which dwells within you, which is the existent itself that allow you to be alive today. Well, that's good to know you live in earth. That's very good to know you live in earth. Then you said to me, said, I live in earth too, but in which place? Which place? If you live in earth too, but in which place? I live in earth. What place should I be? Where and what place should I be? And where place? What country the colonizers assigned to the land mass that I am at? That's what you're asking. It is Saint Kitts, West Indies. That's where I reside at this moment. At this moment, I'm in Saint Kitts, West Indies. This is the place I am at right now as we speak. You know, this is that place. So I move in oneness. I do not walk in that divided mindset of the borders that is created within the minds of men. I move in oneness. There is only one earth, not two earths. There is only one earth. Do we comprehend? One earth. Okay? There is only one earth. And this is what I am saying to you. I am not moving in that divided mindset to try to, you want to meet me. I want to meet you. I have no problem with you meeting me. I'll be traveling just now. That's not a problem. You know, I'll be traveling just now. You know, you know, I will let you know where I'll be traveling to and how I'll be traveling. So you don't have to, it's all good. If you want to meet me, it's all good. No problem. I have no problem with that. Or what I'm saying to you, I see it as the whole earth, not a divided planet. It's a planet that is only one. The boundaries and borders are created by men who create rules and regulations. But as it was created for us as a people, free people are free people. When you comprehend it is one and you move as one, your mind is one. You do whatever you need to do and remind yourself that it's all about oneness. It's all came from one place and it's all is in one place. Comprehend? That's where it's at. One place and only one. You know. You know, as we continue to move in the oneness and the wholeness of ourselves, Because wholeness is within you. That's what it's about. You know, that's what it's about. Wholeness within you as an individual. This is what we must realize. This is what we must realize. This is what we must continue to be. Move in wholeness. Move in oneness with ourselves. Remember, the Creator truly dwells within you. And you yourself are creators. You yourself are creators. You know, you yourself are. And you must remind yourself that you are a creator of solutions to issues that are at hand. And when you remind yourself of this, because it's all about oneness, it's all about wholeness, and it starts from within you. Recognizing that the Creator truly dwells within you, and it truly manifests itself within you. And this is what I am saying to you as a people. Okay? This is what I am saying. I truly appreciate you. Like I said, like the stream, share the live. Any questions you have to ask, feel free to ask. You know my content. My content is about oneness. My content is about wholeness. My content is about making you comprehend that you are a creator. And this creator is a creator of solution to issues that are at hand. That when you as a person continue to grow, as you continue to grow because of issues, you will be the creator and solution for those issues. So any questions, any statement, you know, that you have to ask of what I said or what I did not say. If you listen to my content, feel free to like, subscribe, and comment. Feel free to comment. Feel free to comment. Feel free to ask questions. You see what I say. You see what you heard me when I speak. Know that whatever I say it with a pure intent. My intent is to make you as a person, to come to know you as an individual. When you know you as an individual and you become whole within yourself, this is when you become fruitful. And when you become fruitful, you start to create solutions. And this is what it's about. You know, this is what it's about. You know, one thing that we were discussing today, it is to know that the sun never existed before man. Okay? When you comprehend that the sun never existed before man, man was upon this earth, upon their measurement, in their minds, was measured at the time, was in, it was eternity, because what they knew was only eternity. That's the only thing they knew. Only eternity. So, but they was in the blackness. As they were in the blackness, which man I'm talking about, man, and it was the woman. They lived in the blackness. And this is what you as a people must realize. They lived in the blackness. They did not, there was no sun. Let's be clear. There was no sun when the first man existed and was created and formed upon this earth. There was no sun. Let's make it clear. There was no sun when the first man was planted in this earth. No sun. The The first man were charged and received energy from the earth, just like we today should be grounding, grounding at all times. Okay? We should be grounding at all times because the first man never had the sun, but the first man energy source was the earth, and that was connecting to the source itself, which the earth, with their feet, and they receive energy. That this was their lifeline. Okay, this was their charge. The first man walked in the blackness, and they themselves, because they have life in them, they became the bioluminescent light. They receive a glow around them. They had that glow around them. They had that. Okay, for years they had that. For for millions of years they grew and they expanded upon this earth. Woman producing woman. Women reproducing on their own until the sun showed up. And until the sun showed up, after that, that's when male appeared. When male appeared, this is when things changed. When things changed because the sun appeared. When the sun appeared, it became a duality mindset. Duality mindset is not a normal thing for us as a people. And this is what we need to realize. The duality mindset is not a normal thing. It's not original. The duality mindset was created to enslave you, to chop you, to trick you, to believe that it's about being unstable. Okay, you're not an unstable person, but you are a whole person. You are one. Okay, not divided, but one. If you see yourself as divided, then you're defeating the purpose of oneness. You must see yourself as one. And you must come from the original one, which is blackness. When you comprehend that the original one, which is blackness, that gave you consciousness, and this consciousness got you and have you today being in that mindset of oneness, you must continue to walk in oneness. You're one. You're not divided amongst yourself. So let's be what we ought to be. I appreciate you, so I appreciate you. Now, I speak what I know, and this is what I do. I speak what I know. This is what I said to you. If you have any questions, ask. Feel free to ask. Try me. I will speak for what I know, from what I know, and how I know what I know. You know, I speak because the Creator itself is what taught me what I know. I never know what I know because of men teaching, but I've connected to the source itself. And so when I speak things that was given and shared through connecting to the source itself, and that is the divine feminine. So if you feel free to ask a question, I am free enough to answer, you know. And this is why I tell people all the time, watch, pay attention. We must comprehend that man was here upon this earth before the sun. Man was here upon this earth before the moon. Man was here before any stars ever existed upon this earth. Man was here before that. Okay? When you take a grasp of this, your whole reality will change. Let me tell you again. When you take a grasp and take a hold of this truth, that man was here upon this earth, walking, breathing, before the moon, before the sun. Man was here. Man was that light. Because I know to a fact that wherever life is, light will manifest itself. When you comprehend that light comes from life, then you will see from a different perspective. When you comprehend that life produces light, then you will see truth and not the indoctrination that they have indoctrinated us for so many years. You see, they have done a great job. I am not telling you they have not done a great job. But we as a people must come to the realization that everything that you see, man was before them. The only thing that was before man was what? The earth and that which dwells in the earth and the waters and the blackness. That these are the things that was before man. Man became the first light. Man was the first light that was upon this earth. Now, the first light that ever existed, it was the image of the Creator. And the image of the Creator itself is blackness. And the first light is truly blackness because of perception. And that's what the first light was. The first light that ever existed was the image of the Creator. The image of the Creator is a reflection of what it is, which was blackness. That was the first light ever existed. But the first light that was upon this earth and moved upon this earth, it was man. And it was the woman that walked and had life within her. And that life within her is what created the light of the world that she was walking in. And because of that reason, this life created the light. And that was the first light. And there was no sun, there was no moon before the woman that walked upon this earth. And this is what we need to realize. So let no man deceive you. Let no man fool you. It's time for us as a people to truly awaken ourselves to truth and know that this earth and from this earth everything expanded from. There was no universe, as they say, and making believe that the universe is older than the earth. No, it's not. The earth is that which is in the blackness. The blackness is not the universe. The blackness, it's existent itself. The universe is within the blackness because of the expansion of the earth. The expansion of man upon this earth is what make and expands into the universe that we see today. So there was no stars. Two, that's correct. There was no stars before man. None. Zero. um, you are deceiving yourself. Story wise man. So, okay, tell me, why would you think there would be stars? Why would you think there would be stars before man? Why? Why would you think there would be stars? Okay, I thought, let me put it to you and show you something. Let's start from existent itself. Existent, okay? It's existent as we know it. As I know existent, and you know what this existent is. Existent itself is blackness. Nothing was before it, nothing surpassed it, everything dwells within it. Okay? That's what it is. Blackness. Okay? So no stars was in that blackness when it existed itself. Let's make it clear. No stars was in that blackness. Okay? For stars to manifest itself, it takes everything that dwells within this earth. Okay? For a star to manifest itself. No star could manifest itself without what's in this earth. Okay? Let's continue. Now, from the blackness became the vibration which we know is what caused movements, and earth was formed and created, and earth became what it became, and the waters within the earth became what it became. Then, as I know, they created man, and that man was the woman, and that woman from there expanded upon this earth as she reproduced within herself, and that's what they call parthenogenesis. This woman, because she have life within her, she created a bioluminescent light in the blackness, because that's where every life that is in blackness, in the deepest of depths of blackness, we know that it creates its own light. Not the sun, but it creates its own light from its own body. Do you understand? Okay? That's where light came from. That's what light is. Light came from that person that was upon this earth that had life in them. Okay? That was the first light that moved upon this earth. Why? Because there was in the blackness. And that's what it was. They dwells in the blackness, and because of that reason, adaptation made them became the light for themselves. When they're in the depths of blackness and life exists within it, it creates its own light. And that's exactly what happened with the woman that existed then. Forward. It's after death, if you want to be truthful. It's after death. Because remember this. Let me share something with you so you understand, so you comprehend. It took many, I don't want to measure in, because back then there was no time. Remember, there was no time. It was only eternity. So if you can recall and recognize within yourself, not within me, but recognize that guess what? There was no time. So because there was no time, it was only eternity. So I cannot measure in years, months. No, I would say eternity, because for them it was. Now today it's time. Why time? Today is time because it got the sun and the moon. You see it? That's why. Because there was no sun and moon then. It was only blackness. So there was only in eternity. Okay? That's the mindset they walked in. They walked in eternity. And this is what we as a people must realize. They did not walk in time, but they walked in eternity. When we comprehend that they walked in eternity and they themselves, because they have life in them, was the light of the world. What world? The world that they dwells in, which is the mindset. The world that they walked in was the mindset that about the blackness, because the blackness for them was that which was, and that which was the source, and that which was the creator. That's what they knew. That was the blackness. It was the source, it was the creator, it was the life. Now, the way they receive energy from, they receive energy from the earth because they were connected barefooted to the earth. This is what they was. Their lifeline was connected to the earth. The earth is what charged them. They didn't need no sun to be charged. They get their charge from the earth. Even to today, if you go outside and you take a thermometer, not a thermometer, but you take a measurement, a measurement to measure your electricity connection to see if you are being charged. You take the charge and see if you're being charged, and you connect your fingers to it, and you put your bare feet on the ground, you will see your charge actually goes up and it continue charging you. Comprehend? Your charge, which is normal, that's normal for you to be charged from the earth if you're connected to the earth. Now, that's where they used to get their charge from. This is where they used to get their energy from the earth itself. Even so today, we can also receive this energy continuously. Okay? So the stars never existed. Okay? Now, upon the light of men, which was the woman at that time, creating their own light, that light reflected. The more they expand, because the more they expand, guess what happens? The more light shine. The more light shine. And the more light shine, blackness is here. Blackness is only here. Because if it's true pitch black blackness will be right here. And even so, this blackness will reflect the light that they are. So, the moon, as we know it, would be the moment they expand, the more they expand, this is when this moon will manifest itself. Now, this is why the women are connected to the moon. Because the moon never overpowered the blackness, but the moon became one with the blackness. You see it? The moon became one with the blackness. And as the moon became one with the blackness, the woman continued to expand upon this earth. Okay? The woman continued to expand upon this earth without any male. Your Bible even teach you that the male was not present when Lucifer deceived the woman. Why? Because male never existed. So within the period that the woman reigned and was upon this earth in the blackness, which is in the presence of the Creator, male never existed. And this is what you need to realize. Male never existed when woman literally was in the presence of the Creator. Male never existed. And this is what we as a people must realize. You see, male never existed. So, it's after, okay, after the sun manifested itself, and the sun is Lucifer, and the sun represents Lucifer. Okay, that's when male became, because the woman was deceived by the sun. And as the woman was deceived by the sun, this sun that we today, okay, that we today still worship, and call it God. Christianity worship the sun. Islam worship the sun. All these religions still worship the sun. The world system worships the sun. Do you know? Do you comprehend? The sun is what caused violence. It is the sun that caused division. It is the sun that caused time. It is the sun that created the illusion that blackness disappeared. It is the sun. But they make you believe that the sun are needed for mankind to survive upon this earth. The sun is not needed. Okay? There are many places upon this earth. The sun does not even touch. Do you know that? You need to go study Egyptian creation story. I don't need to study no Egyptian story. I refuse to study any of these stories. You know why? They are all corrupt. They was all tainted. They was all replaced. They was all touched by the patriarch system to make believe that males was upon this earth first. To make believe that woman never depart energenes. Do you see a whole era of Kemet was erased? And what era is that? That era, it is the woman giving birth on their own. A whole era. Do you know that? A whole era. Do you know that? Do you know that they have not even, it's like it never existed. Like it never happened. It become a myth. It become a story, a tale. Okay? You think these Cleopatra and all this foolishness that they come and make you believe that kings run all of, yeah, they run Egypt, but they never run Kemet. They never run Kemet. They never, and the proof is there. They never run Kemet. They was not the ones that truly governed Kemet and was the masters of Kemet. There was not. Because if there was the masters of Kemet, why would they make one of the greatest, which is the Sphinx, to be a female? Why? If the male was so, why didn't it show and have that history to show that dominant role that made the Sphinx itself a woman? Why? Which is a lioness. Why would they do that? Eh? Do you really think that the Sphinx would be a woman and there is no history of these women? Isn't that amazing? No history of these people that make the women and put them in the position that they ought to be put. No history of them. Why? You wonder why? I don't need to learn their history. I know the history. Not history. I know the truth. And that is the manifestation of the Creator. And that manifestation is blackness. Existent itself. Because I guarantee you, the truth is this. Blackness existed. If they cannot tell me that blackness itself is existent and nothing dwells beyond the blackness and all things dwells within the blackness, there is no story they could tell me that is truth, because all start from blackness, all end with blackness, all dwells in blackness. What do I want to know? what story, what creation story they can tell me that will be truth. If they cannot tell me blackness, it is. I don't need to know their story. Their story is a lie and it's fabricated by men that run the patriarch system. Their story is not truth. Their story and their things might seem as if it is old, but it's not truth. Truth, it is to know the existence of blackness and where everything dwells is blackness. The deepest, the highest, that's what it is. I don't need no poison to poison my mind. I don't need no indoctrination to indoctrinate me. I've been there, done that. I know truth, and I will walk in this truth. And this truth is blackness, is the creator, and it's the image of the creator, and this is what it is. Listen to me. They can run, but they can't hide from blackness. Okay? They could cover up and brainwashed and whitewash and blue wash and pink wash everything. But let me tell you something. They cannot cover up the blackness, which is existence itself. Blackness will consume them, and they always dwell within it. So, okay, okay. So know this. I don't need them. So I go all the way on to existence itself. There's too much brainwashing story. There's too much story that was told, and it is not the way it's supposed to be. Okay? It's too much propaganda. But this is what I am saying to you. Let us be aware. Let us be what we ought to be. Let us walk in truth and continue in this truth. Let's continue in truth. You know? Let's walk in it. Let's be oneness with it. Let us be what we are to be. Any more questions? Any statements? Let us be. You know? So let's know. Know. Know for yourself that the Creator truly exists in the way it ought to be. The Creator never, never leave, never forsakes. Blackness always present. You need to recognize that it is that which gave you consciousness every single day. That is blackness. And the earth, your body, and the female that dwells within you, which is the X. Every man, whether male or female, whether female or male, have the X within them. Every man, whether female or male, have the blackness within them, which will give them consciousness. Every man, whether male or female, have to be maintained and sustained by the earth. And this is that three things, which is the three pillars that everything is built upon when it comes to man. And that is blackness, the earth, and the woman. Without them, nothing would exist today. Without them, nothing would exist today. So know that everything starts with one. The blackness, which is one earth, one woman. And from there, all men, whether brown skin, light skin, all came from that woman, which is one. All are one. All came from one blackness. All came from one place. We need to stop the divided mindset and walk in true liberty. Walk in eternity as we ought to. We are one. Stop the divided mindset. We came from one place, blackness. We go back to the same place, blackness. We cannot avoid it. We are in it. We are here. Eternity. This is where we are at. We can't avoid it. Oneness, not no love. Love is the duality. We are one. Oneness. Okay? Okay? Oneness. Not one love. Oneness. Okay? It is oneness. We are one. We are one people. Oneness. We came from one place. One black place. No, we are one. No, we are all in one place. And that's what we are. And that's who we are. And that's what we should walk in. One unity. That's what we are. Blackness is the true unity. That's the only place we ever find unity. That's the only place we can find unity is in blackness. That's what we need to realize. Blackness is the only place you find unity. There's no other place. There's no other place you can find unity. It's in blackness. It's sad to say it, but it is. That's the only place. The only place you can find it is in blackness. Unity. Yeah, oneness. So let us continue to walk and be what we ought to be. And that is to walk with a free mind. For you were created to be free. You were created to stay in the liberty in which the Creator created you to be. Remember this. You were not put here to worship nothing. You were put here to be creator of solutions to issues that are at hand. Just a reminder, you were not put here to worship nothing. You was not put here to praise nothing. You was not put here to be a slave to nothing. You were put here to be a creator of solutions to issues that are at hand. And upon knowing that you are creator, you will expand in this earth. Because when you create, you will not only create solution for your issues is also issues that someone else have, and you will create solution to other people's issues. But being a creator of solution, you will truly walk and be free. You have to be free. You have to. To be what you are, to be a creator, you have to truly be free. There's nothing else to it. There's nothing else to it. You've got to be free. You have to be permanently free within your mind. You must do that. And you must be that. Appreciate the likes. Continue to be free within yourself. And this is what I am saying to you. You as a person was put here to be creators. How do it, what it look like? You upon this earth. And you cannot create a solution to your issues. What do you look like? You cannot create a solution to your issues. You have to pray to something. You have to beg something to create a solution for you. Before, why are you wasting time? Why are you wasting time trying to beg some God somewhere to create a solution for your issue when you yourself can be that creator and create the solution to your issue? Be the creator that you are. You are a creator. Be that creator who you are. Know that. Continue to walk as you ought to. Continue to be what you ought to be, which is oneness with the creator. You are that creator. So don't be fooled by men. Don't be fooled by no man. But know that you are truly that which was created and formed to be creators of solutions. So let us continue to walk in that oneness, for we all came from one, and that is existent itself. And this existent which is one is blackness. And within that blackness is one earth. And within that one earth, it was one woman. And that was the black woman. And that one woman, from there, done parthenogenesis. And all life that we see today came from that woman. Whether dark skin or light skin, all came from that woman. That woman, what you see today. So let us stop walking that divided mindset and walk in the oneness that we ought to walk in. That we as a people truly need to walk in. It's only oneness. It's only oneness. We must see it as it is and start walk in this divided mindset that they have created for us, which is the duality and stableness. We cannot walk in that mindset. We must know that blackness truly is existent itself. And nothing dwells out of it. All dwells within it. Let no man deceive you. Every religion that you have seen and heard, their God is that which make you deny and reject the blackness. They put their God in the position of the blackness. And they put their prophets and their sons in the position of the woman. You see, when it comes to, for example, using Christianity as an example, they have made their God to be that which is the blackness. The blackness is that which exists everywhere at the same time. The blackness is that which omnipresent. The blackness is that which everything dwells within. The blackness is what holds everything in its hand. There's nothing outside of the blackness. Okay? So when they said that their God have everything in his hand, no. It is the blackness that have everything in it. Okay? Everything is in the blackness. Nothing is outside of the blackness. They use the narrative of the blackness and paint their God. They use the narrative of the woman that gave birth for the narrative of their Jesus. So they make you believe that a male can bring forth and give birth. This is why they say, Jesus, you must be born again. They're promoting that gay mentality to make you believe that male can give birth. No, it is the woman that gave birth, not a male. But Christianity have promoted. This is why they use a gay man as the face as Jesus, because they really was promoting gay, gay, and more gays. That's what they were promoting. Okay? That's what they were promoting. It is clear. They use it's not an accident. They use the picture of a gay man to be the face of Jesus. Eh? And what Jesus done, and what Jesus did, and what Jesus are represented as for you to be born again. No male give birth to no child. No male can make you born again. Cannot give birth to you. Remember that. No male can give birth to you. Let's make it clear again. No male can give birth to no male or female. No male can do that. Male was not created to do that. But they have made you believe that Jesus can do that. Jesus cannot give birth to no male. You cannot be born again through Jesus. It's not possible. This is why they use the picture. Remember this. They use the picture of a gay male to demonstrate, to create an image of Jesus. Okay? That's what they did. And it is clear that they are saying that you must be born again through Jesus. But we know that males does not give birth. So they take the narrative of the woman and they place it on Jesus and make you believe that male can give birth. They are promoting the gay agenda within the Bible. They are hating upon the blackness, which is the image of the Creator, to make you believe some God somewhere. When they tell you God, they have taken away from the blackness. Hi. Say hi. Brother Jesse. You know? So let us be in that oneness state of mind. Know everything start from one and it continue in one. And it continue to be the divided, it is within ourselves. And this is what we need to realize. The division is within ourselves. Hi. Hi to you too, Jesse. You know? Let us continue to move as one, as wholeness. Remember, wholeness starts from within. Everything truly starts from within you. Start from within you, for you are in it. Know that you are whole. Know that you are one with yourself. Become one with you. Come to know you as an individual. Know where you stand, not being divided, but as an individual. Oneness with self. And this is what we need to realize. Let's continue to be what we are to be. Let's continue to flow. Flow, flow, and more flow. Flow in oneness. Flow in wholeness. For this is what you are. This is who you are. You are only in one. You started with one, and you are still in the one, which is one day, and that day is eternity. It's only one day, and that day is eternity. Okay? It's only one day, and we are in it. Now is the mindset that you walk in that create the time that make you think that we are in more than one day. It's only one day. It's only one day. Okay? It's only one day. You know, I was I was doing some writing And when I examine everything and we look at the sun and how the sun is saying that it's saying about, because when he was speaking about Lucifer was kicked out of heaven, I I laugh because we came to know that Lucifer is the sun. Okay, that's what we came to know, that Lucifer representation is the sun, and Lucifer being kicked out of heaven, what that represent. Do you know what that represent? Can you put it in the comments? Um, to all that are in darkness. Angel, fallen angel, fallen angel. When he said Lucifer was fall from heaven, what they mean by that? He said Lucifer. He said fallen angel. No, it's not what the fallen angel. You know, when you comprehend that the sun represents Lucifer, the sun actually is Lucifer, because the sun is the deceiver. You need to get that. When you comprehend and take a hold of that, the sun literally is Lucifer, and it is the sun that mankind worship today in religion. See what I'm saying? The sun is that which they worship when it comes to religion. Why would I say that? Because I know that blackness is existent itself, and mankind lived in blackness for many ages of time before the sun manifested itself. You see it? Because the blackness itself was the source. They received their energy, man, from the connectivity to the earth. Their charge and their food came from the connection to the earth itself. They became the bioluminescent light that shines within the blackness. And this blackness was the presence of the Creator, which is the image of the Creator itself. Okay? The sun did not exist then. But when the sun showed up, and that came because of man looking towards the matriarch and looking outside of themselves. And because of that reason, the sun rised up the pyramid, and it became, as we see 12 o'clock, as we will say 12 o'clock today. And as it climbed up the pyramid, and it seems as if it were permanent. And as it seems as if it was permanent, because they never knew time, because time didn't exist until after the sun came. You see it? So when this only thing they measure in their mindset was eternity, they never measure time as we know it, because the sun did not exist. Do we comprehend what I'm saying to you? When you comprehend that they did not measure time, only thing the measurement was eternity. So the blackness itself in their minds was eternal, and which it is, because it's everywhere at the same time. But when the sun raised up, because of men expanding upon this earth, and men start looking outside of themselves, start looking towards the matriarch to help them solve issues that was at hand, the sun raised up without their recognizing. The sun raised up the pyramid, and when it raised up the pyramid, because men continue to create that energy and looking outside of themselves, and the more they look outside of themselves, the sun raised, and it raised until it reached, as we would say today, 12 o'clock. Now when it reached, as we would say today, 12 o'clock, that 12 o'clock blocked the blackness, and because of that, the panic occurred. And when the panic occurred, that was the first time it became violent because we panic. Why? Because the sun became the violent one. Okay? And upon the violence, the sun is what creates violence. That's the first violence ever been upon this earth, which is Lucifer. Now, the sun now, being what it is, at 12 o'clock at its peak, guess what? Boom. It became permanent in their minds because the only thing they measure, their measurement is eternity. Now, the blackness disappeared. They think, but no, the sun is lower than the blackness, so the blackness was still present, which was the image of the Creator. But they're looking for this image and they haven't seen it. So it was a panic for them. And because of that reason, things became what it became. I could go on and tell you after that, that's when the male was created. After Lucifer, which is the sun, the males was created. Okay? That's when the males was created by the woman. This is why your Bible will teach you and tell you the male was not present when Lucifer deceived the woman. Okay? This is the reason why. Because the woman created the male after she was deceived. So when you hear them Bible story teaching you and they're questioning and saying, oh, why the male? No, the male was not there because the male did not exist. The woman is what created the male after the son manifest, after the she was deceived. Okay? After she was deceived, that's when the son manifested itself. Comprehend? Do we comprehend what I'm saying to you? This is what it is. Now, as we know things as the way they are, it continued. Women continue to reproduce because the sun. And what they reproduce? They continue to reproduce males. Males upon males, they continue to reproduce. What they're not telling you is this. When the sun showed up, what happened? The sun, this does, remember now, their measurement is eternity. Upon this measurement, they're not seeing nothing else but the sun. The sun, remember, their mind is what controlling everything. So the sun is permanent. What happened? The sun being permanent, what happened? The sun started raising what? The waters that dwells in the earth. The waters raising in a cool place, in a cool environment where the sun is, and the more it raises the sun and the create. This is how what you see today create what it create. It create the more the water raised because the sun is permanent in its place and it became what it became. Now, what would happen? You know what would happen. Water will rise, which is evaporation, and evaporation occur, and then up. The more it goes up, the more it gets cooled, and it will condense and do what it does. You know the procedure, and it will freeze up higher. The higher it goes, and it will freeze, and what you see today is what you see. This is where this so-called dome and what it is today. Now, let's continue. And as we continue, we see the sun continues to do what it does. And that it is frozen in place. Then it's frozen above. Then, after it's frozen, where can the evaporation go? Now, we see what we see. Now we see what we see. Clouds, and clouds occur. And then, what happened after that? Hello, boom, snow, snow, freeze the whole place up. Now, in their minds again, they continue. The woman continued to reproduce because it was automatic. It was through their cycle. It was not something that they have to have sex to impregnate. Every time they have ovulation, they impregnate themselves. It was a process. That was the process they do. Ovulation, pregnancy. They go through their cycle, they go back in, they do what they do, they produce, they come again. Ovulation, produce. This is what they done. This was the process. They didn't need no male for them to do that. Okay? Ovulation, we produce. Continue on and on. Until, remember now, all these males are created. From the moment the sun appeared, they create males until. Because remember, they don't measure by like how we measure today, which is time. They measure in eternity. So the eternity mindset that they walked in, I cannot say exactly how much years it was, but I know they create many males. And there was many males and there were many females. Because before that they were creating only females. And after that they were created males. No, they created the first, they created the males, and then because they had a pattern to see, then they created the lighter males. When? After the snow appeared. When the snow appeared, they, which is the black woman, created the lighter males. Not because of no race and no division, no, because of the issues that was at hand. Snow was at hand. So guess what? They created the lighter males. Upon the lighter males, that's what the woman did. Because women have the ability to create what they want to create and do what they want to do. They create according to their needs. And that's what they did. That's what the dark woman did. Upon that, they continued. Up to now, the white female have not exist. Why? They didn't produce no white female. White females came way after. The white male came when the snow, after the snow. What was the desires of the woman? The desires of the woman when they created the lighter skinned males, their desire was the sun, because they wanted the sun to melt the snow, which is to bring violence to the earth once again. Because you know, whenever snow manifests itself, it creates a cloud over the what? The sun. Okay? It creates a cloud over the sun. So the woman, because of the snow, the woman desired what? The sun. To do what? To melt the snow. So when they desire the sun, whatever babies they will produce, they will create this baby with the traits of what they desires. And their desires at the time when they created the lighter skinned males was the sun. And it was the sun represent violence. The sun represents deceitful. The sun represents all these things that you see occurs to date. Did the black woman is what done it. The black woman is what put it in the DNA code. Let no man deceive you about Anunnaki and this big head man and foolishness. There's a story that, nah, the truth is the black woman is what created them in the manner they did. Not to create division, but our needs. This is our needs. Okay? This is our needs. Okay? Appreciate you. You know? So this is what it is. So until you recognize that the females, which is the white female, did not exist until way after. Why? Because whenever you see the lighter skinned females that you know today, okay, that you know today, Jesse Jackson, But okay. Um. So now, so when you comprehend that they was not created until way after, you know, you gotta comprehend that they were not created until way after. So when they speak about this Adam and Eve story, this is not truth. And the Bible itself truly represent the story of the story and the narrative of the and demonstrating that about Jesus. Okay? Remember the Bible itself. It tells you about the genealogy of Jesus, and we know that the genealogy of when did the white lady came along? When did the lighter skinned woman came along? The lighter skinned woman came along way after the male, the lighter skinned male came along. You take the lighter skinned male to produce the white female. Okay? The white female does not produce the white male. It is the white males that produced the white females. Okay, that's the difference. You see, it took the white male to impregnate the dark woman. Okay? And upon the impregnation of the white woman, the dark woman, the skin color became, which is the pigmentation of the white female became. Okay? And when the white female became, that's how the white female became. But it took, if I would measure to date, it took many years because they had to settle. Mean to say, because remember, penetration was not a part of of um of reproduction. Penetration was not. So when penetration became, it happened because of graping. And graping occurred. And when that occurred, it took a while for women to settle to actually receive and get females after they were raped. Because women have to be settled within themselves, which is come to become one again within themselves to actually have female. So we know it took a while before, after the woman was raped, for that to happen, for for female to occur, manifest themselves within the woman. It took a while. It took a while for women, for the for the um for the for the woman to produce more females, because after they were raped, they only produce males. Okay, they produce males, and for them to produce the white female, as you would say, that people, which is the male and the female, had to come together and become actually as one person, which is over time, it end up happening in that manner. Because that male had to be one with that woman, actually became one with the woman, permanently be in that environment with her. And because there was in that environment, that woman would produce the white female. And as she produced that white female, that's how it became. And that's how the white female became. So when you hear them say about the male that Adam, which represent the white race, because if you look at the Adam story and it said it is Jesus, and we know that Jesus, the image of Jesus, it was, and it represents the white Caucasian race. That's what it represents. I don't care who say what they said and what they try to put inside of there. Guess what? Their intent, who wrote the Bible and put the Bible together, their intent was to promote the white race. And the chosen tribe and the chosen people, Jesus was one of them. Okay? And that was the white people. And coming, Adam bringing forth Eve is the representation of the white race. And this is what I said to you. What they're not telling you, that Adam, this so-called Adam, which represent the white male, and the Eve, which represent the white female, which they're talking about, God take from the rib and produce Eve, it is actually the white male sleeping with the black woman, and she produced a white female, and this is what they're talking about. Okay? Question. What's the question? Okay? Um, the woman no cry. That's not truth. Many will cry without woman. Many will cry without woman. So, this is what it is. And this is the life about oneness. So, it don't matter where you came from. You came from one. One. I don't care who you are and what you are. So let us stop this division. You all came from one. We came from one. And that is blackness, the earth, and the black woman. We all came from that. That's the way on. That's what we as a people did. We literally sit down. We literally watched. We literally connect to. We are from one place. Let's walk in that mindset of oneness and wholeness, which is the creator. Let's continue to be what we ought to be. And stop the division amongst ourselves. We are one people. We are oneness. We are wholeness. Let's be what we ought to be. Let us be what we ought to be. Wholeness. Any more questions? Any more questions? Like I said to you, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. Make sure you check out the Book of Blackness. Make sure you do that. Go to Amazon, check out the Book of Blackness. You know, click in the bio and see, and click on the Book of Blackness to remind yourself, I am a creator. Because you are a creator. You are a creator. You need to say to yourself, I am a creator of solution to issues that are at hand. Every man have issues within their life, and you have to be the creator of your issues. You have to be the creator of your issues. You sit around screaming and wailing and crying and praying and to some God somewhere. It's not going to solve the issues. You've got to comprehend. You are that solution. You are that creator. That's what you are. That's what you are. You must accept it. You must accept it. That's what you are. You know. Let me see. He said, the Son of God is the Son spelling spell. Yes, it is. Yeah, so talk to me. Any questions? If any questions, feel free to ask. If not, greetings, greetings, greetings. Wholeness, wholesome day unto you. Remember, it's a whole greetings. Any questions, feel free to ask. I've been on here for a while, so I always hear to full joy, the reasoning. Okay. I am, like I said, I've been on here for a while, so if you want me to go over a few things that we were talking about, I can, if you just came on, I can just run through, and if you want to, if you're interested, you go back and look at the video. Are you Rasta? Why would you ask that? I don't promote religion. I don't deal with religion. And Rasta represents religion. I don't worship no God because I don't accept no God. Why? Because me, myself, will not be a slave to no man. Any man that chooses to be a slave to any man, it is because he don't fully know what he get himself into. See, when you're fully aware that if you accept any religion as in any form, you are volunteer and making yourself a slave. I will tell you this much. No, I am not a Rasta. I am an original man that come to know that the first man that dwells upon this earth grow locks. I'm fully aware of that because there was no comb, there was no scissors, there was none of that. So the original people grew their locks without any apology. And even so, me, I as a man, that I as a man that put my mind to existence itself, that truly started all, and knowing the source where everything came from, and reflecting on the first man that ever walked upon this earth, that truly walked and was truly free in their self. I choose to go these, not because of Rasta. I go these, not because of religion. I go these because I am truly free. Truly free. That's how far I go with it. Truly free. Not because of religion. Religion was created way after, and it came because of the patriarch system. I refuse to walk on the patriarch system. I refuse. I refuse to walk in that duality mindset. I refuse. I'm a stable man. I am not unstable. I am not controlled by emotions, and no, I am controlled by knowing who I am. And that is the blackness that awakes me every single day, that gave me consciousness, which is stableness, oneness with myself. that is existent, that is existent itself. This is what I am. This is who I am. I know. I kind of understand. I kind of comprehend. I comprehend that that's the reason why you ask. But I tell you, that's what I said to you. I go these because of the original man. I go all the way unto the original man. And the original man did not had comb, did not had scissors, did not had nothing to do with messing with the hair, but allow it to grow. Because they themselves at that time walked in eternity. Their mindset was eternal. They didn't even walk in time then. And this is where I have traveled to become what I am today. I go all the way unto eternity. Okay? That's where I go. And that's why I became what I became today. I travel all the way to eternity and know that I am in eternity. And eternity truly dwells within me. Because the blackness is eternity and blackness truly dwells within me. So that which is also within me. Yes, it is. Organized religion is the problem. It is the abuse of a system, religion, or government. Your thoughts. Yes. Yeah, I don't subscribe to religion. I don't promote religion. And I tell any man, choose not to get caught up in religion. You see, religion makes you a slave automatically. Oh, so you believe in God? No. I know that I don't believe in God. I know that there is a creator. And the image of that creator is blackness, which is existent itself. I know there is a creator. You see it? Now, within this blackness, the earth is. And the earth is within this blackness. Now, within this earth, which we know, that's where the woman came in. Okay? And within the woman, she produced within herself. Okay? We must go unto the original. Okay? God. God is, for me, dealing with God. God, for me, it's about men creating a system and creating a word that make you believe that 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 basically create a distraction to make you believe that something exists that is beyond the blackness. They want to make you believe that something is higher than the blackness. Nothing is higher than the blackness. They don't even teach you that the blackness truly exists in the way it does. It is, for me, I had to learn on my own. I had to come to know on my own that the blackness is so powerful and the blackness is where everything truly dwells. I had to learn on my own. I had to become it. And it had to become me for me to hold and truly walk in the fullness of it. Because if it didn't, and if it was not that which manifests itself within me, I would know truth. No, Yahweh is not no God for me. No. You see, what you need to realize is this. All these names that is given unto these gods that they give, that's not true. These are distractions from the essence, which is blackness. You see it? Blackness is the true essence. That's what it is. You see, if you, like I said to people all the time, I would not recommend the Bible to be read to no man who don't know themselves. The Bible can be read, okay, after you come to know that which exists. And that which exists is blackness. You see it? When you comprehend blackness is the true existent, blackness is the true creator. When you comprehend that and you had an encounter with that which exists, which is blackness, which is the full illumination of your pineal gland, now you as a person can read the Bible. You know why? You will come to see the truth. You will see that the blackness is really that which they have put down in the Bible, but it is that which is the creator. So I'm saying, because what you got to realize is this: when they talk about Moses, what did Moses saw when he spoke to this God? What did Moses saw? He saw blackness. He said that this so-called God spoke out of blackness. You see it? So when you comprehend that it's all about blackness, but what they have done, they have downplayed it. So coming from. Even to when they speak about in Habakkuk, he said, write the vision, make it plain upon tablets, so he who reads it can comprehend, can understand. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but it shall surely come. But he said, wait for it, for it shall surely come. It shall surely come. Which is this vision supposed to be the manifestation of the Creator, which is blackness. He said, and in that day it shall be blackness. Blackness shall be light. You see coming from? What is he saying? What they are saying? They're telling you right in your face that blackness is the true Creator. But because they have promoted this Jesus story and they take away the essence of truth. And this is what. But I wouldn't recommend the Bible to be read without you knowing yourself. You see it? But this Yahweh story is taken away from the essence of the Creator. And this is what the whole thing is about. This is why they were created. Any more questions? Um, any, any more questions? Mm, but like I said, if no more question, I think I'm gonna get off of here because I'm going inside and rest myself and chill out, and because I've been on here for about going for 2 hours, so I think I should now get off of here. My people, let's walk in oneness. Let's walk in wholeness. Let's continue to be what we are to be, which knowing that existence is only oneness. The earth is only oneness. And we all came from one woman, which is the black woman. And let's be clear, it's all about oneness. It's all about wholeness. Let's walk in that which we are. One blackness, one earth, one woman, and we are one in the Creator, which images blackness. Let's continue to walk and be what we are to be. Now, that's what we are.